All right. Welcome to the 290 Mo podcast. I appreciate your time. If you could introduce yourself, my viewers and listeners.
All right, what's the word, y'all? It's Deacon, Holy City Deacon. That's Deecon. To all those out there, Holy City Deacon, West Side representing.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah,
Shout out to the holy, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
A very historical neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. And we're
yeah.
gonna get into all that for sure, you know what I'm saying, what
Okay,
that mean to you. But we're gonna start from the beginning. Where you from? You pretty much said that. Where you grew up.
man. Holy City, man.
For the
Born and
people who don't
raised.
know, you know what I'm saying?
For the
Where is
people,
that?
that's the West Side of Chicago. That's North Lundale,
Hmm.
Holy City, 16th Street.
Okay,
I
okay.
done stayed on 16th and Ridgeway, 16th and Central Park, 16th
Mhm.
and Drake, 15th and Millard, all up and through there. That's my whole upbringing
For
up in
sure, for
there.
sure. Now, early as a shorty in the holy, and we get into later on in life. But early, what type of shit did you get into?
Man, early in life, I say I was getting into the same thing everybody else was, bro.
Mhm.
Just finding my way type deal. You know what I'm saying? Like dove off in the streets a little bit, but I tell you, having the male influences, grandfather and an uncle,
Mhm.
I think they because I knew what they would think of me diving too deep into the streets, or they always had that I say a leash on me. You know what I'm saying? So I never got the opportunity to dive all the way in. So it's just like even though my uncle was down with the gangs and all of that, and he did his things, when we rode around, we'll be doing shit like
Mhm.
listening to Malcolm X, Tupac, and all that type of stuff. So I was coming up, even though I may have been thinking about diving off in the gangs real tough, I couldn't deny like a lot of the stuff that I was picking up in the fifth and sixth grade, listening to Malcolm X speeches and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. That's
Yeah.
dope. That's
Yeah.
dope. I'm that type of brother too, though.
Yeah.
We gonna get into that. But
Yeah.
still early in life, you know what I'm saying. What were some of your aspirations early? You know what I'm saying. When it was like little Deacon, you could be anything you want to be. You know what I'm saying. What was some of them things for you that you want to saw yourself being?
Bro, I tell you, to like my senior year of high school, maybe senior year of high school, man, I wanted to be a street nigga. I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to get the same stripes everybody else did. Like, so I was looking to navigate and see how to be the best version of that. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Mhm.
I mean, I could hoop. I dove off and hooping. I used to paint, draw, do all of that stuff. That stuff came easy to me. Like even with basketball, like unless if it wasn't intense, like some intense shit talking going on, like I ain't even really care to hoop. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Then coach like seventh grade hit us with the morning practice.
Mhm.
I just decided not to go back to the team. You know what I'm saying? So that's about it, bro. I was thinking I was gonna be a street because you can't see that far. You don't know.
For
You're
sure.
just seeing what's
That's
around you.
crazy. Yeah, I tell
You know
people
what
all
I'm
the
saying?
time. I was a point in my life where I couldn't imagine myself being at this stage in my life.
At all.
And it was really 21. Like I couldn't imagine myself like being like I ain't know
Nah, I couldn't.
what the fuck was gonna happen, but I just couldn't visualize me like being an adult. Like a
Couldn't. I couldn't. But I tell you what, unique story about 11. Because when you look up, the Sid's at the tip of the Willis Tower now.
mm-hmm,
It like stare down on the hood. That's
mm-hmm,
so I sort of how I looked at it.
mm,
So I looked like me and my guy one time. I was just, bro, on one of them bored summer days. I was like, "Hey, Lord, let's walk there.
mm,
Let's walk to them points."
mm.
You know what I'm saying? And we took the whole day and walked
Y'all walked there from the hood.
walked there
How
from
long
the
it take? You
hood.
remember?
I couldn't even tell you how
Yeah.
long it take.
I thought about that shit all the time because I always stayed in places where I can see. Like I stayed on
Yeah.
Jackson and Springfield. If you step in
You
the
can
middle of the
see
street,
it.
you
You
can
can
see
see
it,
it. It's
bro.
right. It's because it's staring.
Yeah,
It literally, to me, it stares down on the hood.
I
So
never thought of it
even
like
now,
that.
like you know what I mean. So I forget how long it take, but I know when we walked there, bro, we just turned around.
Oh yeah, I
We
thought y'all
didn't,
made.
we didn't even go in, gang.
Oh,
We
but
just
y'all made it all the way
we
though.
made it.
Oh, that's all that
Looked at
counts,
it.
Joe.
It was like, all right, let's go on
And
back
walked
to the
all the way back.
all the way back to
That's
the hood,
crazy.
bro. I did that at 11. So even though I was dibbing and dabbing, I I knew it was something. It was something outside of the hood.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't too comfortable with it yet, but how the Sears Tower stares at you. I just knew it was something. I guess my early aspirations to go further than where I was already settled in. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Now, if you don't mind me asking, you know what I'm saying, early in life, what was your support system like? If it was it like mom, dad, sister, brother, you know what I'm saying? What was it like coming up in the household?
Man, my household, I grew up with my grandparents.
Mhm,
You know what I'm saying? Uh, my mom had me at 16, gang. So
mhm,
it was like she did her best. Like she did a damn good job with me. But if it wasn't for my granddaddy and my uncle, I knew I would have been off the Richter. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? I would have been off the scale. Like so having my granddaddy, like I had an incident where we was playing with guns early, like real early. Like my daddy had me shooting them things at like 7, 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like I was a little bit more comfortable than my peers with guns. I noticed at that time. So it was like, but in my house, my granddaddy, real stern. My uncle, even when he used to see my hat to the left or hit my head, hey, straighten your head out. You ain't doing that. You ain't doing nah, you ain't doing that. So I've always had them strong men around me, like making sure I was upright. You know
mhm.
what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
For sure, for
Yeah.
sure. And I think that's like was missing in a lot of, you know what I'm saying, young brothers' lives today.
That's
You
what
know what I'm
was
saying?
missing. I
Because
agree.
my father, dad, you know what I'm saying, he ain't always have it together, but he tried, you know what I'm saying.
Oh
And
yeah.
right when he was getting together, he passed away early in my life. And I tell people all the time, like, I know my shit have been totally different. Like
Totally
I
different.
was just moving different because I knew I had to answer to him, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
And
You
once
know what I'm
that was
saying?
gone, shorty, it was like
Like it
I'm a
was a
man now.
fear.
You know, it was that fear.
Cause the women in my family, it's a lot of them, but they didn't instill that. I wasn't scared of them.
Yeah,
After a while, they punches stop
yeah,
hurting. You overdo they whippings,
yeah.
yeah, like they hurting you, but them stop hurting. But you just didn't want to get into it with the men. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And my granddaddy and uncle had big ass hands, so it
Yeah,
was just like I used to imagine, like, nah,
yeah.
I ain't trying to get punched
Yeah,
by neither
for
one of
sure. I
these.
mean, my pops told me some shit like that. He like, I know I ain't been the best, you know what I'm saying, but I'm hitting that. If you want to scrap, you know what I'm saying, to get that off your chest, we
Well, I
could do
guess
that.
we
I'm
could
like,
do
nah,
that.
I'm good, big
Nah, I'm
man. You know what
good.
I'm saying?
I'm good. It's
You
all
got it right,
yours,
you know.
man.
Hey, as long as you here now, you know what I'm saying.
Let's get it. Long live pops.
No, but I definitely understand,
Yeah,
man. That's what's up. I appreciate you sharing that, man.
yeah.
So another thing I like to ask artists when they come through, man, was what was you listening to early? Like, what was you listening to? What was you a fan of? But also, what was being played in the household? What was Unc playing in the car when y'all was riding around, shit like
Man,
that?
Scarface, like my Uncle Wayne, nothing but Scarface, Tupac. So that's what we would listen to when I was with my Uncle Wayne. Like, but my first tape, believe it or not, my stepbrother, Booby, he uh he snuck in AMG,
Mm-hmm.
uh the Booty Up
Mm-hmm.
CD. And it was just like, yeah, I mean the little tape, you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, that was like the first. Now that was like the second or third tape, but in my mom and them household, now in my granddaddy and them household, uh, you know how you take the tapes, they used to find the tapes and tape them up to fix the cassette tapes.
Mm-hmm.
My granddaddy found a tape and was like, Boo, come here. I'm finna fix this tape. Let me know what's on it. And keep in mind, we couldn't listen to rap. We couldn't listen to secular music around my granddaddy. That was just a no-no. So it was just like he found the tape, he put it together. I popped that joint in the tape deck. Gang, it was Nas Illmatic.
Oh yeah.
I swear to God, it was Nas Illmatic. So that's how I first heard Illmatic. So the fact that it was rap, my granddaddy tech, and he bought me to it. He technically could say nothing.
Oh, that was
So,
so he ain't disarm you.
he did something, you know what I'm saying? He let me listen to it. So my first joint in my granddaddy and them crib was Nas Illmatic, and the first joint in my mom and them crib was AMG the Booty Up.
Mm, okay, okay. That's
That's wild,
for
right?
sure. That's on two
Yeah.
different records, you know what I'm saying? But you know,
Extreme, you
for
know what I'm
sure.
saying? There and my uncle, we listen to Malcolm X speeches,
Right,
Tupac
bro.
and Scarface. You know
Now,
what I'm saying?
did that instantly make you a Nas fan, or who was you a fan of coming up? Like, who was your favorite if you had one?
It didn't make me a fan of nobody. I tell you, like
It didn't make you like an East Coast, West
it
Coast
didn't it
guy,
didn't make
nothing.
it didn't do that. Like, but that bringing in that Illmatic album, it sparked like the music in my family. Then from there, my uncle Mike, he bought a boom box and he bought The Score, Showdown by Crucial Conflict, and the Beastie Boys, License to Ill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he bought the boom box and them 3 joints. So I used to play that all the time after the Nas album. Like that Crucial Conflict album was like the Bible to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew every word front to back.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't say. And then my uncle Wayne, he knew Do or Die them. So it was just like I can't say I had a favorite, and I can't say neither one of them made me want to get into it because I used to stutter
Mm-hmm.
real bad when I grew out of my stutter game at like sophomore year, freshman year of high school.
So what made you want to get into it? Was it like soon as you got done studying, you like, oh yeah, I got shit to say now, or how did
Nah,
that
it was
happen? If you could,
so from the when you got the speech impediment, it'll teach you. You get comfortable with not talking,
mm-hmm.
or at least not sharing your voice, or at least not telling people what your feelings is. Either way, you like, I don't want to talk. So I used to act out a lot. And like I said, I was producing engineering for 14 years. I produced
Mm-hmm.
engineering from the year 2000 all the way to 2014.
Mm-hmm.
And gang, I'm in my crib in LA. I'm smoking a blunt. I'm looking at a pool and a palm tree, and just started crying. And I'm like, damn, what I'm crying about? Boom, boom, boom. Like, it was just a real godly experience. It lasted like 4 hours. I'm in that just crying, unknowingly knowing why I'm crying.
Did
And
you have some mushrooms or
nah, no
something? I'm just talking
mushrooms,
shit.
none of that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But to sum it up, I could say God asked me, was I ready to speak?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you ready to talk now? And I was just like, to stop that feeling or that unfulfilled feeling of working as a producer and engineer all that time,
Mm-hmm.
I just submissively said yes.
That's now before we get there though. How do you get into producing and engineering?
Man, I get
And
in
to do it for 14 years, you know what I'm saying? To end up at that point too, you know what I'm saying?
that part.
That had to be a roller coaster.
It was a hell of a roller coaster, bro. Just finding your sound,
Mm-hmm.
uh, seeing what other people like. Again, what birthed that, Poe pimping, Twister said to the rhythm of a hi-hat. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know what a hi-hat was, so that instantly piqued my production interest. My senior year of high school, I used to work downtown at the Water Tower at the movie theater, and DJ Clint, you know, if you heard of DJ Clint, he a juke DJ. He used to work there for a second. He used to bring his drum machine in to work. So in between breaks or something like that, he'd just be sitting there working on his drum machines, and shit. That led to him letting me hop on the drum machine. So like my senior year, I'm like, oh shit. And you know, on there, it had hi-hat
Mm-hmm.
on the little
Yeah.
thing, all of the
Yeah.
drums was assigned. And I'm like, oh damn, that's a hi-hat. That's a hi-hat. So from there, I'm like, I'm producing the engineering. Now I'm producing now. Then I went to high school with True Enough, the cat that made On My Mama.
Mm-hmm.
I went to high school with him, and I was low key finna be a producer with them and Don Ruff Entertainment back then.
Mm-hmm.
And but I had got accepted to Michigan State.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing I could remember True Enough telling me is to get better at producing, make sure you surround yourself by as many rappers as you possibly can. So when I got up to Michigan State, that was the only thing on my mind, just surrounding myself with rappers. Still not even thinking to rap myself. I'm just thinking if I get all these styles of rappers around me, I'll be able to make beats for all of them.
Did you rap at all like during that stage? Like did you, even if you just kept it to yourself, did you dabble?
To learn how to engineer, I used to record myself and just rap and like say stuff, so on and so forth. I call my Uncle Wayne on the phone back then. I'd be like, Wayne, listen to this. But I was trying to get him to listen to the fact that I mixed it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so for my ear, I'm like, you hear this beat and you hear the non-distortion,
Mm-hmm.
he instantly like, nah, stop cursing
Mm.
so much. And I'm just like, I ain't really I ain't paying
It's just
attention
a
to the
demo.
raps.
It's a
You know,
demo.
just a demo, gang. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't paying attention to the raps. I'm not talking about the raps. I'm talking about the fact that I just from scratch made this beat, made this.
It ain't
So
clipping. God damn it.
it ain't clipping. That's what that was my main
Yeah.
thing. But he was back then as in hindsight, he was already telling me to rap.
Mhm.
But I just still didn't pick it up.
Mhm.
Still didn't pick it up. I was still just servicing the other artists I was around. You know what I'm saying?
Now, as somebody who's like dabbled with engineering and production, man, it's tough. It's a tough job. You know what I'm saying? Not only do you got to be talented, like you mentioned, like finding your style,
Yeah.
and also it's like a highly subject. Music is highly subjective. You know what I'm saying? So how is it working with the different artists? You know what I'm saying? And how did you deal with a situation where you might like a sound, or you know it's the sound, and the artist might disagree, or it's a disagreement? Like, how did you deal with situations like that?
Man, the best way I dealt with it, see, when I moved to San Francisco for a second, I went to an engineering school out there called Pyramid. And it was a 8-month program where all we did was go through electronic what it is to be an electronic music producer. And I learned how to engineer on rock bands.
Mm-hmm.
So miking up bands, miking up all the drums, the
Live,
hi-hats.
right?
Yeah, live
Yeah,
joints. So that's what taught me how to
yeah.
engineer. Like just bringing in all these sounds, because the average joint, you got the overhead, you got the under, it'd be like 12
Yeah, that's
mics.
crazy. That's
You know what I'm
insane,
saying? You know what
bro.
I'm saying? Like
That shit
it'd
tough.
be like 12 mics, gang. And it's just like now you gotta not only mic all this up, make sure they all going into the mixer board the right way, and then you gotta get them to play and make sure each one of them not clipping and so on and so forth, all that. So I'm doing it like
Then you got motherfuckers singing on this bitch.
then you
Oh,
got a
bro.
motherfucker singing, like, and you got to make sure the drums not louder than the voice. You got to make so that's how I
Yeah,
learned
that's
how to
insane.
engineer. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
insane. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah,
For sure. Shout out to my boy JTE. He engineer for the Bears. He do like the Bears shit at
that's
the
hard.
games and shit. Oh,
That's
bro.
it's a difficult
Yeah,
job
yeah,
because you gotta make sure don't nothing clip
yeah.
because that clip you got to make sure it all sounds good to
You
the
gotta
ears
make sure it sound good on
on
everything. You know what
everything.
I'm
You know what I'm saying?
saying?
So when it came to rap,
Yeah.
with rap, not to downgrade it, but you basically just dealing with 2 tracks
Mhm,
and maybe about 4 to 6 tracks for the artist.
mhm.
That's what 7, 8 tracks total.
Right.
That's still not topping the average band.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Not by a
So
long shot.
not by a
You
long
got one
shot.
mic plugged up.
You
You
see
know
what
what
I'm
I'm saying?
saying? One mic
Yeah.
in the 2 track. Go
Mhm,
on in to do your
yeah.
thing. So I never really ran into issues with him because I was always adaptive.
Mhm,
You know what I'm saying? Like, um, used to have a studio down on 500 West Cermak building. Work with all kinds of people. Like, I had a studio over here that I was engineering in on Chicago Avenue in Massasoit for a second.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, was out in Maywood for a second engineering. Like, was in the Bay Area engineering. So I think the fact that I just knew how to make sure that it was gonna sound good, I never ran into too many issues with artists.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Now that day, and he was in California when we was on the bed, and
Yeah.
is that the day you decided to start
That was
rapping?
the day I decided to rap. So
And and jumping off, not when I say jumping off the porch because you was already in the game, but
right.
did you also decide, you know what I'm saying, how you was gonna move forward? Like, was them demo tracks the same artist that you ended up become being, or was it like a whole rework?
That's crazy, right? So in between the first 14 years, bro, I don't work with 300 plus artists
Yeah,
around the country.
that's a crazy run,
You know what I'm
14
saying?
years.
14, just working with them, like, but just I'm noticing not only am I the guy behind the boards, I'm noticing they not really listening.
Mhm.
Like, and what I mean by listening, they not listening to the better advice or the expertise that I may have being from where I'm from and also living in other areas.
Mhm.
So it was like I was just recording them, but I never stole from any of them per se. So when I sat down to write, so I decided that the week after that experience, I had already done 2 albums. worth of material. My first two albums, the Bobby Gore Experience and Lord.
Mhm.
And the key to it is I tapped in with my mama, and I'm like, Mom, what you think? What should I do? She was like, I think you should do I think you're I think you should write in Japanese haikus, 575 syllables.
Mhm.
So my mama giving me that, her knowing her son, she was just like, you could write to Japanese haikus.
Mhm.
So if you go listen to the first two albums, the Bobby Gore Experience and Lord, the flow is spacey because I really literally wrote both of those albums in Japanese haikus.
When she told you that, did that change your whole creative process all around, or was it
Yeah.
easy for you to do that?
Everything else was easy.
Mm.
Everything else was easy. Now I'm speaking and I'm like, damn, I don't like my voice
Mm.
or my recording voice. Why? Because your talking voice, your voice you using to make a song, them two different voices.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So while I'm making them albums, I'm noticing I just had to get used to my voice.
Mhm.
But from working with all them artists, knowing that that was one thing that they all thought, like a lot of them didn't like their voices, and I just be like, damn, they voice cold as hell.
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
You know what I'm saying? I hear it. You hear it a lot. It's pretty common. So when I was going into it, I was just blocking out the I don't like my voice things in the back of my. It was like fuck,
Yeah,
just record,
got
just
to.
get it recorded, just get it recorded. You're gonna find your voice. I didn't find the voice that I like to record in until it took me like 2-3 years. I ain't gonna lie.
Now, was it you? Was it the way you like your shit EQ? Like, what was it? Did you ever find out what it was, or was it just being in the game and just season?
It was the tone.
Mhm.
It's the speaking tone. Like when you rapping for somebody, or like you if you performing or you in front of somebody, you like 10,000 hours in the gym. You know you up.
Mm-hmm.
But when you recording, you gotta be like 10,000 hours in the gym. I'm a pro.
And you got it the
You
whole
gotta,
way
you know what I'm
through.
saying?
Mhm.
Like you gotta pace it. So it's just like, oh shit. Then it's just like, what about the songs that's a performance song compared to the songs that I need to speak up in? So it's just like you finding that voice the whole time, how to just make yourself monotone
Mhm.
and speak. It's called cantabile,
Mhm.
like speakingly, singingly. Like you gotta speak, but it's art, you know what I'm saying? And finding that, because I knew from the studio in San Francisco, I knew what it was to be cantabile.
Mhm.
And knowing that, I'm just like, okay, I just gotta find that zone where I'm speaking freely.
Mhm.
And I'm getting over the fact, like, damn, I'm not stuttering. Damn, I could really do this. So the confidence is building too.
Mhm.
Then after the first two albums being in haikus, I'm like, nah, I gotta change the flow because that 575, it was blocking me in because I'm like, I can't get everything I want to say between 5 syllables, 7 syllables, and 5
Mhm.
syllables. So after that, it's just
For sure.
it's automatic now.
So with OG giving you the game for them first two projects, just give us a quick synopsis of those projects. Like what the subject matter, what was you talking about, and how was they received?
Well, the Bobby Gore Experience, um, I wasn't gonna pick the name Bobby Gore. That's my old artist name. I wasn't gonna pick that name. Um, my family nickname is Boo.
Mm-hmm.
So I was gonna pick the name Boo Malone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But then I talked to David Dolly, uh, one of the first white cats that bought he bought Carnegie, JD Rockefeller, JP Morgan. He bought all of them to 16th Street. So when Bobby Gore originally finished NIU, he came back to the West Side. And September 11th, actually, 1964, that's when he incorporated conservative vice lords.
Mm-hmm.
So because they had the corporation and it was an official business and organization, that prompted the partnership with David Dolly, who was also doing his collegiate dissertation at the time, which was proving that strategic partnerships and strategic partnerships can solve poverty.
Mm-hmm.
So he got these guys to come actually invest some money in Holy City, proving that it'll help poverty.
Mm-hmm.
So talking to him, he was like, you should stay as far as away from Bobby Gore and all of that as you possibly can. And I was like, wow, I didn't anticipate that answer from him. So him telling me to stay away from it and me being where I'm from and being a hardhead, I said, nah, that's my rap name.
Now, with them coming together with that for that initiative back then in the holy, you know what I'm saying, to where it is now, what happened? You know, like, do you know?
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I could say, it's a combination of things. It's cultural pieces that play into why it didn't maintain. It's the drugs started, the drugs came. When the drugs came, that took out structure. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be the chief and know all the laws, but if you ain't the chief that got the bag, who gonna listen? You know what I'm saying? So the guy with the bag, he don't know the laws. He just got the bag. So I think a lot of my neighborhood start following the bag instead of following the laws. You know what I'm saying? Like the purpose allegedly, supposedly, of being the vice lord is to be a lord of all your vices. And I think ultimately not being lords of the vices and temptations is what greatly and mostly contributed to what we see now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Coming from a neighborhood with a rich history like that, what do you think when you hear people say like the shorties lack structure, or these neighborhoods lack structure, or they need to let the OGs out and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? Being somebody from one of these historical neighborhoods, what do you think when you hear stuff like that? Do you think that'll help change anything, or what's your views on it?
Recidivism, right? That's what they call it. Nevertheless, it's two parts. I think their role for experience is needed, but I also think structure is needed. Like you remember, like it's something as simple as the hands. You see all the NBA players when they see each other, they be having like 20 different handshakes.
Yeah.
There was a time on the West Side in general where if you was under the five, it didn't matter what you was or what your first letter was. There was a combination handshake for every game.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think something as simple as that
Yeah.
being removed
Yeah, for sure.
caused a lot
You
of
know what?
breakdown.
You know what's insane.
What?
You know what's insane. I was just thinking the other day. That's crazy. I used to love shaking on my vice little homie.
You see what I'm saying? Like I used
Crazy.
to love shaking over my four homies.
That's
You know,
crazy.
like because it was a
Yeah.
handshake
Mm-hmm.
for everyone, and I think removing that handshake that instinctively stopped you from looking at that person as your brother or like you. Just a simple handshake. Why? Because y'all can have beef, but it's just like, or y'all hoods can have beef, but it's like, nah, I know bro over there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm finna go shake up with bro because that's my guy. So that simple handshake,
Mm-hmm.
I think, kept a lot of things calm.
Yeah.
But if you notice, the structure gone, but so are the handshakes.
Mm-hmm.
People don't even shake hands. It ain't even no handshakes no
Yeah,
more out
for
here.
sure. For sure. And I feel like it's also a systemic, you know what I'm saying, element to it. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember, you know what I'm saying, growing up and hearing like all the guys talking about crate of guns in the alley. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Yeah.
ain't no way, you know what I'm saying? But then I grew up and I hear about motherfuckers hitting the train, just
Well,
got
even
100
with
Glocks off the train.
talking
You know what
about
I'm saying?
that, you're talking about Amendment 13.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Amendment 13, it it's the amendment that says anybody who goes to jail you're subjected to all of the treatment of a slave.
I wasn't familiar with that.
Yeah. So when you look at how private prisons operate, when you look at white boy, black boy, same crime, we know who getting most time.
For sure. For sure.
So it's in that system is built off one designed to make sure people of color are always the slaves.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? So Amendment 13, you no longer have rights when you're in the penal system.
For sure.
So they call it indentured servitude, the chain gang, this, that, and the third, the conditions. No, they're purposely designed that way to treat you like a slave, because that's approximately what you are whenever you go to jail.
For sure. That's crazy, man. I knew it was gonna get deep,
You know
man.
what
That's
I'm
why
saying?
I had to add you, had you on here, man.
You see what I'm
For
saying?
sure, man. So as you know what I'm saying, as an artist, knowing what you know, growing up how you grew up, does that affect your art in any way? Like, are you consciously, does it consciously affect your rap, or is it strictly art?
The main thing I think I deal with that is I get more flack from people from my neighborhood and neighborhoods like it than I do anybody else.
What kind of flack?
Because I don't speak like it, they assume I'm not from it. So just because I'm not bang bang shoot 'em up with everything, I'm not from that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something to it. Like, it's jail niggas, it's street niggas, it's smart niggas. These ain't even the categorizations they gave us. This how we categorizing ourselves.
For sure.
So you could be from the same neighborhood, but you got the cool nigga, you got the lame nigga,
For sure.
you got the smart nigga, you got the gang bang, the street nigga, all of these things. So it's just like somehow with my artistry, the way I speak and the way I express a lot of it, even though I'm targeting the street niggas, a lot of my messages go over their head.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you. I feel you. But at the same time, I think that's like showing, you know what I'm saying, your versatility to the world. You know
I
what I'm
agree.
saying? And
I
I've
agree.
kind of like in the podcast lane, I kind of get that because from my background, like I didn't have like background in podcasting. So I just started doing this. So it's like I'd be like, damn, why, you know what I'm saying?
Like, why
Motherfuckers I
y'all
was just
acting like
with, you know
that?
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not, you know what I'm saying? Not commenting on every video, you know what I'm saying?
It's
But it's like,
weird. It'll
you
get
know what I'm
weird.
saying? It get weird for sure.
Yeah,
You know
it
what I'm
get
saying?
weird.
It's like I imagine like I'd be doing this with all the guys. You know what I'm saying?
You see what I'm saying?
I don't rap. You know
I
what I'm saying?
imagine the same thing. But it's like you realize once you get in it, it could sometimes feel lonely because it's just like, man, I'm doing this for this group of people over here and this group of people over here. The Amendment 13ers or the college world, they still don't give a fuck about the people over here where I'm from. But I am from where the people they don't give a fuck about. And these guys over here want to be over here. And they don't want you over here. And they don't never want to go where you at.
Yeah. I definitely be like, hey, I'll be dropping flyers and everything.
You know what I'm saying?
But then I used to like think about that shit, but now I really don't care because some of it, you know what I'm saying? I know it ain't. Well, I know it's some hate, but I know it ain't out of motherfuckers. Motherfuckers don't got love for me. You know what I'm saying? I just know like for instance, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't got no background in this shit, so it's like I can't expect a whole bunch of guys that probably wouldn't even listen to podcasts in the first place to just be a fan of a podcast overnight.
Right, but this is why I disagree with it.
But you can hit that like button, you can hit that shut button.
You not only that, if I say, hey, I got a brick,
yeah, for sure,
you'll know what to do.
If I post a picture with a pipe,
if I post a picture with a pipe, you know what to do. If I post it, I say, hey, I got the pounds on deck, you'll know what to do. Hey, I got 100 and some pills, you know what to do.
But that's because that's where
we from. Yeah. So that's why I say
like, that's why I feel like you doing the right thing, because a part of being successful and what we doing is, you know what I'm saying, breaking out from what we from and appealing to the masses
and showing you can still do it without those
and if we have to come back and motherfuckers have to see, like, I see why people are like, oh, yeah, motherfuckers acting different, you know what I'm saying, shit like that, because it be that gap in between that success, you know what I'm saying?
It's a big gap.
It seemed like I disappeared, then the success came. Now I'm acting funny.
Like, where you come from?
Right,
how you get that good, or where you from? That's why I'm like, they don't expect it to be you. But it's just like, if I went to school and got over 10 years of schooling and done stayed in 9 different cities, and why am I still coming back to the West Side? it ain't. I'm not coming back to shit on niggas. I'm coming back to pull niggas out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming back to be like, hey, come on, I got the brick.
For sure. Let me. Well, with all that being said, let me ask you this. This is a question that I ask artists when they come through. Man, I talk to a lot of artists and they always tell me, not they always tell me, but I hear it quite often. They'd be like, um, they biggest supporters is people that they probably never met. You know what I'm saying? So as far on the music side, what's your support system like on the music side?
Man, my support. I tell you, when I did my first album back in '09, the first person that bought it and paid for it was this white girl in Australia. The second people to pay for it was the white people that I was doing my first master's degree with. That's the best way I could say it. The people I know outside of my family, I'm sure I got a lot of family members who ain't never even heard a lot of my music, but it's like, because it's wrapped up in idolatry. And if Massa don't say this is y'all idol, a lot of them don't say, hey, I want to be like him.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I would agree with that. The outsiders support it a lot more than the people I know, especially in my neighborhood and family. Yeah.
Now in your career, you know what I'm saying? How does that make you feel now? Do you care? Does it matter? Do you still be like, you know what I'm saying? If I make $1 million tomorrow, we all made $1 million, or what's the
yeah, that's still my goal. Cause if the fact of the matter is, when it crack and I'm selling, when I'm selling out a bunch and all that, everybody who just didn't help me get there gonna hop out and be like they helped me got there. Because I understand that it's still like, so what? Come on, y'all. It's
for
a part of
everybody?
the not for everybody. Hell no,
Yeah,
not for
hell
everybody.
no.
There's a lot of people on the way up, and I'm seeing, hey, I peeped you, gang. I saw what you did. I heard what you said. Stay over there. So not everybody at all. Family, automatic. If you blood, you blood. And I can't say no. Why? Because my granddaddy raised us all, and he didn't have it was zero politics. It was family, it's family. You know what I'm saying? We got 4 wings in here. I guarantee you the whole family finna eat off these 4 pieces of chicken.
Facts.
So blood, automatic. I don't care what they think. I don't care if they listen to it. I don't care if they love it. I don't care how they compare me to their favorites. They blood.
Now I got your opinion and on the neighborhood and your support system and like stuff like that. But let me get your opinion on your peers in this industry that you're a part of. You know what I'm saying? When you out in these shows or these studios, engineering, you know what I'm saying? What's the vibes from other artists? Like what's it like being in this sport that you're in?
Man, I'll say again, that's a deep question right there. That's a good question, because you got the people who with the machines and you got the people who not with the machine. It's a massa complex out here, bro.
Yeah.
It's a massa complex out here. Cause it's like, aha, I'm signed. That really breaks down to, aha, I'm in the house.
Elaborate.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so it's field niggas and it's house niggas.
For sure.
When the field nigga finally get in the house, it seemed like the first thing that he want to do is say 999 now, y'all still in the field. Unfortunately. and what do? They go get them a fair-skinned woman. And now they go get all of the fair-skinned things,
That's
all of the things.
That's a fact.
This is no coincidence.
That's a fact.
It's a lot of people lined up.
It'd be so many rich Chicagoans if they just get that bag and just come back on, bro. And just
not only that, it's just
I have a big ass record label downtown. When none of these artists get to nowhere before they come to me.
As soon as you get in trouble,
Dirt,
shit,
none of them want
to
saying? Bro. Yay bogus, bro.
I mean, it's a couple things.
Good music. He did some good music. Supposed to be all Chicago artists. I'm sorry.
Nah.
Even if they decline that shit, ain't no way you supposed to have Chance, Dirt. You supposed to have all of them. You supposed to have
without saying names, we could say names, but niggas like that, glad to be in the house, bro.
Yeah.
And to go to them.
I think I think he changed. He did change. He changed.
You change when you get in the house.
Yeah.
You got on master clothes.
Yeah.
Or you getting to go, you close to master's clothes now. You close to master's foods. You ain't eat chitlins no more. You getting real honey baked ham.
Real cooked by a white woman.
You see what I'm saying? You get a white woman and everything. You get a pink woman, all that. Even your steak is rare and your woman is rare.
Yeah.
All over well, over easy.
I'm just saying, but even before, I just know, like, if I, you know what I'm saying, it's just too much talent, and that's one of the reasons I started my platform, because there's too much talent here that I feel like that don't get the proper spotlight, because they may not be like fitting on.
But here it is. If you notice, once one of them get in the crib, they get a complex of, I don't want to let these other niggas in.
Yeah, for sure.
Why? Because if these niggas get in, because I know he cold, because I know what he gonna do, because I know what she gonna do, what they gonna do, I gotta protect my space in Master's crib. Because Master gave me a room. Now, if he come in and see that he a real nigga, guess who room he gonna give him?
Yeah.
Mine.
See, I wouldn't even have them problems, because I would have built the house. What you talking about?
I'm saying though, like, they get the girl and the girl doing wrong and take half, and it's like, damn, you could have let a black woman do that.
Bro, I'm talking about, I'm instantly talent agency regulated, instantly downtown.
And because they know that, the machine, because they know that, it's no coincidence that the people who think and feel like that aren't the people who are in position.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
it's super harder for them, bro. It's like you gotta
from a word from a bird. I said, man, hey, let's take your infrastructure with the Grammys, and let's take what I do on the business side and the engineering and all that, and let's go sign up everybody on the west side. You know what nigga told me? That's what he wants you to do. That's what he want me to do. He who? That's what he wants you to do, so he can shut it all down. That's what he wants you to do. You said his name already.
Man, that's deep, Joe.
That's what a nigga told me. That's what he want me to do. I say, man, I ain't never even met gang. How he don't like me? I ain't know. Oh, I know why he don't like me. He trying to protect his house and his bedroom, because he don't have a house. He's trying to protect his bedroom in Master's crib.
Yeah. Well, definitely. That's why I said some of this shit definitely systemic, and I'm definitely here to try to do my part in demolishing the status quo. You know,
me as well. And I think that's why
anything life change happened to me, I'm changing. I'm trying to make a change, even though, you know what I'm saying.
The best way to do that is through knowledge, right?
Yeah.
And knowledge causes a person to get rid of their idols, because knowledge allows you to look at yourself as God, Jesus, yourself. It forces you to look within, and when you look within, you can't look at another person and be like, I want what he got. You somehow become happy with what you have. See, it's two books. It's a book of life and it's a book of man.
Great what I got. I'll be working on the next thing I'm finna, bro. I'll be dreaming about that shit on.
A lot of people in the positions that we think could help or we expect to help, they got their blessings from man. It's the difference between getting a blessing from man and getting a blessing from God. Now we talking about why the change occurs. Because man want to know what's your turn screw. That's what they call them. Your turn screw. Yeah, you feel that way, but what you want or desire that I could give you to turn your back on all of that.
Now, before we get up out of here, man, we gotta touch on a couple more things, man.
Let's go.
Now, for the people who may be seeing or hearing you for the first time, shorty, you know what I'm saying? They see the name, they see the hat, you know what I'm saying? They probably think you a Deecon for real, you know what I'm saying? So
shit.
What's the meaning behind Deecon? Is it any real meaning behind that? Is that your government? You know what I'm saying? Is it like Holy City Deacon? Is you like the Deacon of the Holy? Like
Deacon of the Holy, Deacon of the streets. When I was 11 years old, 12, somewhere up in there, my granddaddy made me be a deacon at our church, out west in Holy City. And it was just like, I hated it, bro. I hated it so much. Like, I hated it. That's the best way I could say. Cause now I gotta, my granddaddy used to give me this look. Like, you knew once it got past that look, your ass was grass. So I just had to memorize the verses of the Bible. I used to have to do a bunch of stuff. And it used to be like, damn, that nigga making me do what I don't want to do. So sat it down a lot of years later. Um, RP DJ Deecon, he passed.
Shout out.
If Juke Pioneer, uh, he spells his name Deeon, right? So when I changed my name from Bobby Gore, I switched it to Deacon Gore, but Deacon. Next thing I know on Spotify and all that, a bunch of deacons popped out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, damn, I'm gonna keep the deacon, but I need the unique way to make it my own. Why? Because like I said, when you look internal, you become one with who you are and your experiences.
Mm-hmm.
So something that I hated a long time ago looked internal and was like, wait a minute, I love that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Why? Because looked up what a deacon is, and this is a deacon is second to the pastor, second to whatever is number one. To me, my neighborhood is number one, Holy City, and many cultural neighborhoods like it. So being a deacon for that, meaning I'ma speak for those neighborhoods. I'ma protect those neighborhoods. I'ma protect them people, that culture. Hey, don't say shit about that. Don't say nothing about that. Another experience. My freshman year of college at Michigan State, they got a book in our lecture hall. The book talking about North Lawndale. Everything in the book is wrong though.
Yeah, I see that shit a
And
lot,
I'm like,
especially
what
with
the
this
fuck?
internet shit. I watch shit about neighborhood. I'm like, that shit is all wrong.
Right?
Yeah.
So imagine a lecture hall of 200-300 white people in it, and you like, oh shit. I'm sitting there and I'm like, hey, this book wrong. And I'm scared to say something. I leave class. I'm like, damn, you a whole ass nigga. You a whole bitch. You pull guns on niggas before. You robbing people before. But when you got the chance to stand up and say something to some people that to correct them about your neighborhood, you pussied out. So the next class, hey, that's wrong. Now from their reaction, some was hating. You felt the hate, but some of them was like, hey, in what ways? How you know? Hey, boy, I'm from North Lawndale. That's how I know. This ain't like that. Whoop, 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 whoop. So taking that experience and the Deacon experience and DJ Deecon, I put the C in there. Deecon. You remove the C, it says Deon. Deon is my government name.
Mm-hmm.
So Deacon,
For sure.
Deon,
For sure. That's dope, man.
spokesman of the hood.
For sure. That's dope. Holy City Deacon, man. That's to sound like a superhero, man.
You
Bro.
heard me?
So stuff before you get up out of here, man. Let's just talk about what's out right now. You know what I'm saying? For anybody who may be listening or watching, if they was to look you up, what would they see? What would they find? What would you recommend them to check you out to get a vibe of how you coming?
Well, right now, because I'm switching my entire 500 plus song catalog from distributors, I took 50 of those 500, 10% rule. And the ones that Spotify said got the best plays on it, I put them on on one album, and it's called This Is Deacon.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I got up there now until I get all these. I got 28 more albums that I got to post back up.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go search for Deacon or anything, I would say tap into that because it's music from my whole catalog that I just put on one album for now until I transition the entire catalog over.
For sure. Yeah. So after that, what's next for you, if you don't mind sharing?
Man, after that, what's next? For for my 44th birthday, I'm putting out a 44 album, 44 song mixtape. I'm finna remix 44
boy. Oh, I
songs.
look 33. God damn.
Yeah,
Fuck.
I was 44, gang.
God damn. My
Yeah,
bad, Joe.
no, you're good. I'm finna remix 44 joints. That's on the remix side. Just so by then, before this year, I'm gonna have all albums transferred. Then I'm working on the album It's Showtime. Then from It's Showtime, I'm gonna do a tour called the It's Showtime Tour, LTPFJ. Got 50 songs that I'm gonna be performing. I'm gonna put myself back on tour. Once that get done, I'm putting out the college graduate, not the college dropout.
Babs, I'm fucking with it. I'm definitely fucking with it, man.
Yeah.
I'm fucking with it, man. I appreciate you coming through, sharing your story, man.
Likewise.
We're gonna have some dope shit coming out soon for y'all. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all check out Deecon, Holy City Deecon. Check out everything he got going on. Before you get up out of here, let the people know where they can find you on social media, where they can find the music, where they can reach out to you, work with you, all that good shit.
Man, you can reach out to me and work with me and do anything, collab. Holy City Deecon, everything. Holy City Deecon, Deecon. When you look me up on Spotify, YouTube, any of that, iTunes, even title, just Deecon though. Remove the Holy City, Deecon. You check in, tap in with me. We do whatever. And the whole time, I never charge nobody for a beat or none of that. When you work with me,
Man,
I only work for free.
What?
I never charged.
You just made a clip. Motherfucker ain't never came up here and said that.
I never charge. Why? Because I do not prostitute my skills. When you prostitute your skills, you gotta lay how to trick pay. And I ain't no trick.
Y'all heard it here first. Definitely heard it here. But like I said, appreciate your time, man. Enjoy the rest of your evening. In a minute, gang.